Hello, now then, welcome back. This is episode 10 of the Iron Glide Iron Teeth hard mode playthrough. And we're in a double-digit episode, which is quite exciting. We have a incoming drought in 1.3 days, and we have a decent number of beavers in the old colony. Weirdly, they are thirsty, which there's plenty of water for that. We do have them building some extra water pumping here, which is probably going to devastate this a lot quicker than it should do, but needs must, as we need to get it stored. What I am going to look to do is, while we had hauling last time, we are going to spend a little bit of that to get some builders in here. And as good a place as any, doesn't really matter where we stick them. But with that, I'm hoping, at least, we can get a few more beavers constructing things a bit more efficiently. Certainly on this bit. So, wang that to full. That should become the next priority. And we were looking at this bad boy. So we need 2k, which we are not going to hit before then, which is a bit of a shame, but kind of stuck for that. So this episode we constructed all of this and put in the old number cruncher, which is working wonders for the science gathering, much quicker than the little inventor huts we were running, although there were only two by the time we ripped them all out. So this will stop working tragically, sort of nowish, and yeah, we're pretty much stuck and beholden now until this insane length of drought disappears, which isn't going to be good for us. So, last time I said I didn't really want to put engines up here, but guess what? It is going to have to be engines. Unfortunately, we cannot live without this. So, let's first these paths, rip this out. And then let's just chuck the engines down here. So, power, engines. It would have been nicer to have this set back one, but it wasn't to be. It could be, actually. It doesn't hook into the side, I don't believe. Or we could just stop worrying about it and chuck it here, actually. What's up with that? Why is that not good? So sneaky path. There we go. Right, so please, beavers, please build this. And as part of that, we should be able to hook that in like so. And I do want two of these because I think we're going to need the power. So to fix that, going to need to do that, and we're going to need to do that. This is probably going to be quite costly for what we want to do, but I think it's worth it. And we're going to basically hug the cliffside for the pathing. Thank you for your service. It's no longer needed. And hook that in there. In fact, if we were to do this properly, we would stick a levee here instead. Just because if we straighten out this river, it'd be much nicer to have this running equally down here. I'm going to ditch this guy too. The throughput for here isn't a lot, but it's certainly better than what we were running, so. Right, so we'll leave that up there for them to deal with. This guy's going to be unhappy for the time being. We seem to have lost 1 million beavers. So although we were 5 up, we are now 9 down. Typical. But anyway, we also do need to fix housing, which was a problem last time. So we do have 10 homeless, which is never good. But we were going to replace these. So just evict them. And get some beaver storage going here. We can do something down here that's going to increase some of the well-being for them. So what here adds benefit to them? Can I have a lantern, or we get this in. It's a bit naff, but I think don't really want to put the that behind the fence. Don't want a bell. Yeah. As we need to increase the well-being of these guys, so I think short term we will just put that in there. So we should have... Aha, good. So we do have 1 million beavers in here, so that's perfect, what we need. I don't have any of those, but whatever, that's fine. Ah, good. That's working. That's connected. And hopefully we will get... Just extend this path just a tiny bit. And I think if we just put... And we should be sciencing. Now, it's not quite enough. These should only really be used when we have to. But we need this science to roll in, so... we've got this poor little engine that could here. Running terrible amounts of that, so I'm gonna make a decision to pause that and just kind of see how this balances out. Just leave it running. That's okay. So we are finally rocking up the science again, which is perfect. That was the elite number of science. It's beautiful. We are going to drain this water pretty quickly, so to that end, we're just going to pause these guys. And that should give us some builder beavers. Perfect. So right now we are aiming to get 2,000 science to get this built, the tunnels, and last time we dug this little hole here. So the plan will be to dig basically this edge of the map out here. And with that, if a bad tide occurs, we can just chuck it straight out the side. I'm just wondering if it's going to be best. Probably is going to be best just to tidy this up. If we put that in, that should stop the leaks. And we're just going to have to mess around with the pathing just a tiny bit, which is not too much of a hardship. Bit of a waste of time and effort for the beavers, but it's going to be okay. Because now when we drain this, we're only going to drain this back bit, where instead of losing this entire tile. Assuming we don't slip it up through these before then, but if we do, we do. Right, so we are moving and grooving with these. Let's just get that sorted. So this means this should be rocking at full power. Well, But this has got some logs in it. And once we've got that, we are then going to get this bad boy saved up for. What I'm half inclined to do is turn this off when we get to that point, because I want to move all this up here. That was the original point of this area. But I want to get this done first. Which we have. Awesome. So, we are at no risk anymore of losing any of the extra water out of here, so we can proceed with less caution. So, good. Let's just have a quick check of how things are doing. We are full of the corn, full of the rations. Not quite so full of the rations down here. So this is seemingly going okay for us up here. These are well stocked. I think we're full on berries as well, which we are. Probably far more than we'll ever need, but I'd rather have them and not need them, etc, etc. What I will look to rip out is unplant some of these. So I'd like to increase some of the production on this. So you'd think we'd have better cassava throughput, but we don't for some weird reason. But we will work on that. So once all this is picked, we'll put some more cassavas in, and hopefully that'll bounce back on some of these numbers here, because it is not best. They don't seem to want to pull it out of the ground, and I don't really know why, but unless I do that, then it gets taken out. If you know the answer to this riddle, please let me know. But anyway, right, we have hit our numbers, so let's get into the old landscaping. Purchase this here, a tunnel. We have the dynamite, which we do. We have extract, which we do. Not a lot of it, but enough of it. And blast that out. So, now, just come down here. So what the plan is to blow these out here. Not blow this one out, actually. So with these, we'll just then put some sluices in the front here. We probably need to blow these out as well, actually. So that's the end of the water, which is not a problem for us. So the plan will be that bad tide comes out here, runs into this. There'll be sluices here, because we can't build right up to the edge. But we'll just leave these little things in here. And then, with any luck, we have ensured, quote unquote, that this area does not get devastated by bad tide anymore. As these are set up to close above contamination of 1%, which was probably not a wise idea to set at this precise moment in time, but hey, we did. And then we just need to box in this area. So we've lost all the water in here with 20 days to go. I think we're going to lose this on this particular bout. I think the last few droughts have been for 12, 15 days, something like that. This is the longest drought we've ever had. I think this is the fullest, definitely longest one we've ever had. So with these taken out, we can we should be able to get rid of that. I will just leave these ones in here. Hopefully that's not broken anything. Nope. Good. So we can get those logs taken out. They'll blow that out, and then we should be able to place these here. And in typical fashion, this is not what I want to happen here. So I can't do the secret trick either. So let's just collect these planks. And hopefully they'll hurry up with that. This will close below contamination of 1%. Turn that off. Finish this, please. Thank you. Just let them finish these two things here, and then we can proceed to just put this final one in, and we should, in theory, once this one's blocked in, no water can escape out the sides, and we just need to take this out, and then just top this area off here. Once that's done, so let's just go back down. Are these now finished? Yep. And so the final piece of the puzzle should be this one. Now, I am going to get them to rush finish this because I want it done. So that's everything delivered and everything finished. Awesome. So we should now... the stairs will work, I believe. So they'll just let water through, but if not, we'll just delete them. And so now we just need to concentrate on sorting out this. But we shouldn't need to be down here again. I didn't mean to eat those logs into oblivion, but never mind. So we are going to want to have up here that and that. And that should mean, hopefully, that we can just chuck this in afterwards. So once that one's built, they should be able to reach that from the stairs, so we should be safe to chuck that in. Hopefully no one gets stuck. It's next on the list construction-wise anyway, so that should be fine. And that should mean we are bad tide proof. I will put this path in across here, so they can pick these up at their leisure. If we ever need extra planks, we can get them. We are full on planks actually, so maybe it would be an ideal time to build some more. Let's just get another one of these in. And get that put in. And that put in. And that set to planks. Okay, so we are... just turn that off. So, science is creeping up. That'll take as long as it takes. We do and will run out of water down here very shortly. So I'm not sure how much left is in here. This side should be topped up. Yep. Might be nice to have a little stream gauge in here, but I'm not going to waste the resources on that just now. So, with that said, we can now look to prioritize how we're going to do... Thank you, autosave. How we're going to sort out extra power and whatnot down here. So, for now, I'm just looking to move these. I'm not entirely sure the ratios for these. I think if you have two of them, that power's enough for those. I think there's more planks than gears, to be fair. But every hour that makes one plank. Sorry, 3 hours. One plank is in one gear. These make... Okay, maybe it is one. That's fine. We will just put them in. So let's just look to get the industrial lumber mills placed in. We are going to be after a bit cheeky with some pathage here. And that'll get reconnected in just a second. That's not even remotely the right thing. Let's get those placed in and just rip these out. Right, let's just do this properly. Now we are going to end up with a bit of a dead space, I think, depending on how we do this. But it'll be fine. So I'm hoping that ratio is enough. We'll see. And quickly shoot a little bat that way. And then for metal, we should be able to attach these this way. So I'm just going to move the two from down there to there, and then just rip those out. We don't need to be up here for this one just yet, so we can just ignore that for now. But we do want, wherever it might be in here. Can never remember where it is. No. Is it in here? It is in here. I do want to move this guy up here as well. And again, just a bit of pathage. Just to chuck that in. This bit's kind of a wasted area. We could probably do something a bit crazy with putting power in here. I don't actually know what will fit. Let's see. That wouldn't fit. Not that way anyway. So the 4 bars wouldn't fit in. We'd probably get just one in. We could get 3 in actually. So before they build that then, it's probably worth... getting some dynamite here. Changing this for one of those. Yes. Just dip underneath here. And then if we put one up there, that should give us enough power to run up to here, should we ever need it. And it saves us ripping it out later. What was it? It was a metal. Let's just chuck that back in. Give me this quicker. So with the plankers up here, let's just pause these. Let's kaboom this. And chuck that in there. So whether we use this or not, there's power cables run across the way. So that'll be perfect for something. I don't know what, but we'll worry about it if and when we ever get to it. It's a problem. So, let's see. Let's just tidy up these paths because... Woo. No, 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 no. Thank you. Good. Okay. We don't need these either. Not yet, anyway. Yeah, they're going to be... This will have to wait until after this is done. Planks, gears, logs. That's fine. Hopefully these guys are working. And I think storage might be useful to move up here eventually. But we should be all right with what we've got down here, I think, from the short term. Okay, so... Ah, good, that's in. So let's fix this. Evict these guys. Again, many apologies. Chuck that in, and we'll just fix the path. So they can reach. Bit of a jaunty bit for them, so why not let's use this area for a bit of benefit for the beavers. Let's put a nice little lantern in. Where around is this? Does it matter? No. Let's put that in. So yeah, they'll be complaining about the fact that they've got nothing at the minute, but when it does get sorted, we should have plenty of homes. Cool. So that's... one's finished, so let's pause this guy. Now they must have put that in, which is fine. That won't spin until it's connected to here, so it's awful sound, but there we go. So 9 days, let's have a look at the water. So we are perfectly dry here, which is not the best. We will run out of water here long before these 9 days are up. What are these reporting? 0.3. Our water is not great. Not great at all. So, let's see. Are these still running? They are. I'm going to stop splashing these. 9 days should last, but let's just stop chucking the water into there. We've got 2 tanks and a bit, so that should be okay. And then once the... we don't need anyone in there because it's empty. But once this water comes back in, we will get all hands on deck to get them pumping. So we're going to lose again some beavers for jobs, but it's probably worth it. Well, I'll say probably. It is worth it. So what have we got? So let's just... don't really want to rip these out because they're still moving power for us, especially for this guy over here. We could look to move that, to be fair, but these will all die because once the water runs out, which is a bit of a shame. But we've got this over here, and obviously the corn. The corn I've left unpaused. Yes, unpaused. As, again, the ratio for corn is nuts. So each thing of corn makes 5 rations. So the food input and output is pretty good. What we can be on with now is... so we need to be better with food processing, I think. We've obviously got this all built up here. We can probably... this thing is probably way oversubscribed. It is. Let's just pause these for now. We'll leave that running. And... we'll leave that like that. So we do have quite a few beavers not doing much, but I think that might be more beneficial. So we do need to up these numbers here. So these, well, not so much the food. That is something we do need to look at, but we do need to do something with social life and fun the beavers. We've only got, I think, a scratcher, which is pretty poor. But I think looking something along the lines of probably an exercise plaza is probably going to give us the best benefit. We probably should concentrate on putting that in some dead space that we may not want to plant on, which I want to use all this area up here for planting at some point once this is all gone. I think, let's just have a look. I don't want the motivarium, not yet, because it needs power. I'd rather not quite spend that yet. How big is this thing? Quite big. So I think we will put it here. Spend the science. It's going to be fine. Can we squeeze? That's a shame. But we can squeeze that in there. Maybe we can't. Okay, let's just rip this out. And then we'll put another campfire up there. We don't have a lot of them. We've only got this one down here, so it won't hurt them. And it's not a massive distance from there, I don't think. Sort of, kind of is, but yeah. Wow, that was quick. Okay, where were we? Path. Path. And then, where's the campfire gone? Should fit in here quite nicely. Shame we can't fit another one in, but never mind. I wonder if we can get some other added benefits up here. Obviously not a pool. No, seemingly not. We are very low on water, but we have 6 days left, so I'm hoping this is enough. There's probably not a lot left in here. Nope. So this will be gone probably today. So the berries will be fine. The rest of it, less so. This should keep these bits alive. This will die. What an awful sound. Yeah, alright. We're running a bit close to the sun on this one, I think. The 30-day near enough drought has not done us any favours, but with any luck, we won't be too badly impacted by it. We may get a bit thirsty. But we'll see. It's going to be tight, I think. But we'll get all the beavers in here. Hopefully it doesn't impact this too much. There's plenty of food. That's not really a concern. So there's any other things we can be doing in here. Don't really want to do detailers just yet. Rooftop terrace might be quite nice, but I don't know where we'd put it. We could get them on there, actually, I wonder. Let's see. See if we can do something funky here, just to distract the beavers. So let us put these in. And that should fit in there quite nicely. As should that. That was a very stupid thing to do. There goes the water. Right, so I'm just going to set these to harvest for everything. These will be fine. So, let me think about this properly instead of being an idiot. So we can't put that there. Okay. Now we can. We should just need to get some stairs placed in. Yeah. Not the most ideal layout, but it'll do. And then we can look to get some more well-being stuff. What we got? 3 days? 3 days, less than 1,000 water. Yeesh. Probably worth... Please, for the love of God, remind me that I've just paused all of those, or I devastate everything. That'll do. That'll do nicely. It would be nice to get some roofs on here, to be fair, but getting them on there might be more interesting than anything else, to be honest. I'm going to put them on, just because I can. Well, that one may stay as is. We'll just have to expand out and put the food elsewhere. How can I get them up here to build all of that? Without any pain, anyway. I am not sure. If only I had the ladders, but I don't. We may just need to rip this out. 2 days, 700 water. Okay. We are good. We're fit 14. I think that's the first level boost we've had in quite a while. I think if we just pause these, we're gonna have to do some shenanigans here. We'll rip it all out eventually. Oh, I didn't think they'd be able to do that, but they won't be able to build the rest of it, so we're gonna have to rip these berries out. Let's just ask them to... I don't think they'll be able to reach that, but we can put a path across then. Oh, they can. Never mind. Did not need to do that, but just in case they get any issues with it, I'm just going to chuck that in. One day left. So, we are probably, he says, going to need to get these unlocked. We can unpause that. We are going to be very close. I don't think we're going to end up with 2 thirsty beavers. There's no one complaining so far other than this guy's hungry. Starving is probably a strong word. But I think we will just let this one run its course. Let's just get that on set to build. And here comes water. This is nail-biting stuff. So come tomorrow, these should now be restocked with people, or beavers, should I say. These probably should. Where are we? Water, that's storage. Jobs, deep water pump. Cool. So, just so that they all flood quicker, I'm going to close this. Yeah, should I do that? No, I'm actually going to open it. And then we can... Oh, that's dead, so that, I guess, did the decision for us, so should. Yes, it was cassava. So that's back in. That'll flood eventually. This, once it's at the right height, which will be 0.6, this should now go up. That should get more guys pumping. We should not be losing water here, which we are not. This does this thing, so we're not leaking, so they are closed. These are open. Just make sure I've not set downstream depth or anything stupid on these. Nope. Okay. So they should be pumping. Water should be going up, which it is. Turn these back on as we have water. Nearly forgot. That'd be devastating. We need to turn these back on because we need them to be able to keep things watered. So let's just turn these back on. So we are at a balance of jobs now, which is quite good. Science is going up. Let's see, these are... Probably pause these now. I don't think we can run all of this, but let's have a look, shall we? Find out tomorrow. I think it's about time we also put this path in. So, I think this is where we'll leave this episode today. Shortest time between droughts ever. At least it's another drought, not a bad tide, I suppose. Hopefully it's not as long. If the RNG is kind to us anyway. We just need to get all of this set so that these get filled. So, we are sadly going to keep the beavers working longer than we should. So, to that end, I think we have successfully managed to move the problem, I guess, of power mostly sorted. We've got the engines up here, which has a bit of buffer for us. We've moved the industry up. We'll clear this up later. I'm going to this a bit of food processing area, so some more of these next time. We seem to be okay for the corn. Food's fine. Water is terrible, but what's flooded? Should be anything flooded. Never mind. So yeah, we have bad tide proof this, I think. We'll find out when we ever get one. So yeah, good start, I think. We may need to look at increasing the reservoir size sooner rather than later, as it's not really deep enough. That's maybe be done with dynamite, not sure. Obviously the deeper we make it, the longer it takes to fill, etc, etc. I think these can go 6 deep, so don't know how deep these are at the minute. 2. So maybe worth just undermining these bits a little bit, and then so they can the straws all the way down. Maybe a job for next time. But yes, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please chuck them down below. If you have any ideas of what we should do next, please also let me know. And see you guys next time.